I'm curious to see if we start seeing some profit scalping, or if there is a short squeeze happening as we speak right now. Didn't think you had it in you. Welcome back to Birdman Finance. My name is Adam. This video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I've got my computer here. I've got the list of some of the most shorted stocks pulled up right now. I'm going to talk about everything that I see that is above that 30% range. That's when I really start looking at a stock to see if there could be a potential short squeeze. Now, before we get started down this list, because we're going to go through this list, that I'm going to talk about some that I would actually like to own. I am in no way saying that these following stocks are going to see a meteoric rise like AMC or GMC or GME, Gamestop. I am not saying that. I'm not a financial advisor. All I'm saying is we're going to take a look at some stocks with some significant short interest that has the potential to see a squeeze in the future. That, and some of these right now, I already watched some of these, and I can tell you that some of these are affordable. We have all been there. We have all bought some kind of stock on FOMO. I know there's some folks out there watching this right now that was probably buying GameStop at over $400 a share. I feel you. It's all good. We're going to try to negate that. Everyone out there wishes that they could go back in time and buy Bitcoin whenever it was a nickel. We all wish we could go back and buy GameStop whenever it was just a few bucks. Same thing with AMC. All right, first thing we're going to do, we're just going to name off these companies and then that short interest, and then we are going to just kind of pick out a few and talk about that I'm already seeing that I like. I'm not going to dig into each company one-on-one, but there are some on here that I like more than others, and I'll explain why. All right, first one on the list is Workhorse Group Incorporated, ticker symbol WKHS, and they have the highest short interest at 41.93%, almost 42% interest. Clover's coming in at number 2, Clover Health Investments Corporation, and they are at 36.1% short interest, which I'm very surprised about, but I'm not at the same time. Blink Charging Company, 35.88%, Blink BLNK for their ticker. The Geo Group, they come in at 34.5%, ticker symbol GEO. Arcimoto, 32.07% shorted, with their ticker symbol is FUV. Bed Bath & Beyond. We've all been to Bed Bath & Beyond. That short interest is at 31.81%, and that ticker is BBBY. Next on that list is Root. Their short interest is around 32% or 31.79, and their ticker symbol is, well, Root. Next on the list is Clovis Oncology, 30.85% short interest, ticker symbol CLVS. On Track, 30.3% shorted, ticker symbol OTRK. And last on the top 10, and this is where it ends at the 30% range, is GoGo Incorporated, 30.01%, ticker symbol GOGO, or, well, yeah, GoGo. That at minimum 30% short interest is where I start paying attention to it. I'm not making plays on it solely on that short interest percentage. That's just when I kind of start looking at it and thinking, well, maybe there's some bearish sentiment out there right now on these companies, and why. They're nowhere near where GameStop was whenever all that started happening. That was actually over 100% shorted. Okay, that's off the hook. That could be a huge squeeze. But these could be the companies in the future that are looking at that short squeeze potential. So let's talk about them. So Workhorse is number 1 on the list. They gained a lot of notoriety a year or so ago whenever they were in the running for that USPS contract that seemed like was never going to come to fruition. Well, everybody was just so sold on the fact that they were going to win it. They were definitely going to win it. They didn't win it. The stock sank. Obviously, everybody's still shorting it. And some people are still positive. They're still, and I'm not trying to throw shade, some people are very, very optimistic about Workhorse. I'm a little bit bearish on Workhorse right now. They've been around for a long, long time, a lot longer than a lot of people think. Workhorse is not some EV startup, okay? They've been around for a while, and so I'm just not sold on I'm just not sold on where they are at as a company. This is not a company that I want to own yet. Maybe in the future, but if they grow and change some things, but I don't want anything with Workhorse right now. Now, Clover Health Investments that's another story. They're sitting at a short interest of 36.1% that I'm seeing here. And if you don't remember, Clover it was one of the companies that Chamath Palihapitiya brought public. And anything he touches brings a lot of notoriety to it. It gets a lot of attention because he was once dubbed my generation, well, I say my generation, a generation's next to Warren Buffett. They're Warren Buffett. But he's had a little bit of trouble here lately, so I don't know. But I do like Clover Health Investments. If you don't know, Clover is one of those industry disruptors. They have their own style of with insurance and how they do these tests on you, find out what's wrong with you, and they can set up plans, as long as I'm remembering this correctly, they can set up plans that really fits your whatever you got going on. It's not just like these broad stroke plans that we have now. They could be a potential game changer in the insurance world, in the medical insurance world moving forward. And right now that I'm looking at, they're at $8.54 per share, but that's actually about a 10.5% increase for today. So they're having a really good day today. But this is one that I wouldn't mind owning and putting in the back. It's like, if they become successful, great. If there's a big short squeeze on it, great. But right now, and I know there was some controversy with surrounding it and Chamath not too long ago, but it would still be a solid, I ain't gonna say solid company. It is definitely a speculative, risky company because they're really hard to value, but I wouldn't be mad at you for betting on this one for a short squeeze opposed to a Workhorse. All right, Blink Charging Company. I've talked about Blink a lot in the past. I don't know about Blink. I know they've got a lot of competition right now. It seems like more charging companies are popping up all the time. I don't know. About $38. They're having a good day too, man. A lot of these EV companies are having solid days. But I don't know about them. The Geo Group, Arcimoto, Bed Bath & Beyond. And now Bed Bath & Beyond, normally I would stay away from the retail space and the brick and mortar thing. And to be honest, I haven't researched enough about Bed Bath & Beyond to know if they are getting more into the online commerce and trying to get out of the brick and mortar. I don't know, but I do know this. Whenever I pull up Bed Bath & Beyond right now and I'm looking at that share price, they are up at the time of this filming, and of course it'll probably move around before I can get this snipped. Let me go ahead and get a shot of this though. They are up almost 43% on the day. So if you are a Bed Bath & Beyond shareholder, hey, good for you, brother or sister. Hey, whatever. Good for you because they are crushing it today. I'm curious to see if we start seeing some profit scalping, or if there is a short squeeze happening as we speak right now. If this thing is about to take off like another one. I wouldn't have thought that about on this list. I would have never put Bed Bath & Beyond as my pick for the short squeeze, but you can't ever tell. And so I'm definitely going to be watching this for a little while. That is good for them. Good for them, Bed Bath & Beyond and all its shareholders. Didn't think you had it in you. Root Incorporated, that's another one I'm really interested in. So Root, if you don't know, it's an app basically. It's an insurance company, but it's an app. They track your driving and it's a genius. I mean, it makes total sense. The better you drive, the cheaper your insurance. The safer you are, the less you have to pay. Instead of these broad stroke insurance plans, it's another insurance disruptor. We all know that insurance companies make stupid money every single year, and something like this is perfect. I mean, you're talking about really dialing it in to the individual and making it, and specifically for them. Root, a lot of people don't want anybody tracking their phones, but you know what? I don't drive crazy. If you want to track my phone and see how I'm driving, it's all good. as long as I get a better rate for it. But that's another one I'm really interested in. And right now, see that short interest is around 31.7%, 32%. I don't know about it don't have the days to cover on here. But Root's around $9.76 at the time of this filming. They're still under $10. They're up 5.5% today, so they're having a decent day today. And they are still a newcomer. They are not a startup right now, but they are still new to this space. I think they are on to something great. The only thing that would scare me about a company like Root is how hard would it be for Allstate, State Farm, Farm Bureau, some of these other insurance companies to just take that business model, take that idea, and just go ahead and implement it for their current customers, so those customers didn't have to leave. So that's one I keep my eye on. But again, I like Root on this list. This is a company I will consider owning and having in my portfolio. In full disclosure, I have none of these. I have none of these in my portfolio right now. But Root, Clover, those are two I would definitely be looking at. Blink, maybe Blink. Workhorse, no. I don't know enough about OnTrack. I don't know enough about Clovis, both in like the health field. Arcimoto, I'm not a big fan of Arcimoto. I've done videos on them in the past. Feel free to go back and check those out, but I'm just not a big fan. But those are your top 10 companies that are shorted: Workhorse, Clover, Blink, the Geo Group, Arcimoto, Bed Bath & Beyond, Root, Clovis Oncology, OnTrack, and GoGo Incorporated. All those have at minimum 30% short interest. If there is a company on that list that you would like to see me go into much more depth on, because obviously I just hit you with the highlights, I didn't really go into anything of great detail. If there is a company in that list that you would like for me to just dial in a little bit, let's look at some numbers, some financials, and see what we think, let me know in the comment section below. As always, I hope you subscribed. I hope you checked out the links in the description below. I hope you go to my Instagram and follow it, because it is weak as hell and we need more people to follow it. But as always, I hope whatever short play you decide, I hope you get rich as hell and you get a Ferrari and you can come pick me up in it. I hope everyone out there stays safe, and I hope you take care.